So I'm going to do a bit of a run through just of Alice Ideate's capabilities to help in discovery calls or workshop or during a sales kind of process, where the challenge is always going wide enough to form a solid understanding and make sure that you're getting the best opportunities, and not just being limited by whatever meeting you're able to schedule. And so what we found is AI is great at understanding, AI is great at uncovering certain things. So rather than a salesperson having to initiate and follow up and get enough context themselves, Alice Ideate can be used as a tool to gather this initial context from clients. So I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of what that can practically look like. Um, and the two kind of scenarios that we've been using this in is the first is your discovery kind of call, reaching out, asking for context. Another is in a type of a workshop where you might be doing brainstorming and want to gather certain ideas from people that you can then take further and see where the opportunity is. Um, from a sales perspective. So we have this concept of a collection, which is essentially just a set of ideas that people have contributed. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say new collection for discovery calls in October. Okay. And for this collection, I will go and I'm going to add one of my colleagues as an owner here as well. So the owners of the collection now have the ability to invite people to contribute and gather context from them, and they will automatically be able to see and have those things shared with them. So what we then do is we generate a contribution link, and this contribution link, if I paste it here, you'll see is a signed URL with a token, which means that any person wanting to contribute to this doesn't actually need to have any kind of account on the Alice platform. Um, and it's a quite a smooth process to then add their context. So I'm gonna go into a guest account here and I'm gonna paste this link. And so I'll first be redirected to just sign in or sign up. Um, and so I can say, let's say, October user at alice.dev, which will be a new user. So if I say sign up in another window here, I'm just going to grab that sign in link. Um, so they will receive an email um, just with a specific sign-in link, and I paste that here now, also containing a token. It will then take me back to the platform, and we've tried to slim down this view where rather than seeing all of the other Alice kind of elements, we want to make it as easy as possible for people to capture their context. And so strip away all the noise and um, just ask them to contribute. So we can enrich this to ask leading questions. At the moment, we just sort of running through some, you've been invited to share your idea or so. And let's say, so I have an idea, or let's say I see the opportunity to incorporate large language models for report generation in the portfolio management space. It currently either too long and requires too much manpower. Yeah, so this would be the client receiving the link, sending through the idea. And in the background, we'll then do the normal LLM things and pass it through the models, um, and just sort of create the scaffolding for the thing that the client has then added. Now, the important part here is the relevant permissioning and things. So whoever generated that link um, would automatically be able to see this. So we'll see the sort of this is what the client has contributed. They can then decide they want to continue contributing to this. They can see an overview of the thing that they added. So when I step back here, this collection that I created, I can now see this idea that the prospective client has added. And so if I open this up, I now have more of a view into what's actually going on there. So if I look at the sharing, you'll see that by default, the two people that have access to that collection are made owners, and the client is made a contributor within that context. I can now go and understand how the client has added information and can then go through the process of requesting more contributions, which I'll unpack in a bit more detail in the following video. But the just the value then again here is once we start getting to the place where numerous people have added their ideas, it's a central place that whether it's a person in sales, whether it's a business analyst, whoever it might be, can go to get a view of this. And then we're starting to bring in the ability to make sense of these also using different views that you can see like how many contributions, when were things added, um, who's the team that contributed those kinds of things, and then use that as a means of assigning priorities of what are we going to take further, what are we going to request more contributions for, um, and what are we going to actually action. Um, yeah, so that's the functionality regarding the discovery type of process. And in the next video, I'll share a bit more around how to efficiently gather more context where it's required to engage with users to form a deep understanding of their process or what the ideas that they're trying to unpack.